Hey, what's up, y'all? This is John Michael, and I just got in town, Oakland, California. I'm here for Hot Winter Nights, opening up for Casey and JoJo, and also the man Keith Sweat. And right now, I'm here with the one and only Cheneé Saunders.
Hey, John, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk to me.
Of course, of course.
So, I want to know, who is John Michael?
You know, I'm a dedicated individual. I'm just a man, like the song on my album says. I'm just a regular guy that really worked hard to get something that he wanted to do.
So, I found out about you actually about a month ago. I was in my office, and what happened was someone played your CD for me. Actually, a couple of songs off the CD for me. And I was like, okay, you know, he's cool. And so then I took the CD and I played it in my car. And you know how it is when you're in your car?
Yeah.
You're by yourself, you're listening to the music, and it's like very, very intimate. Like
you get to get one-on-one with it.
Exactly. So that's what I did. And at that point in time, I totally fell in love with the album. And I'm like, I'm a fan. And I'm going to continue to follow you on your journey the whole way through.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, I want to know, okay, R&B is basically my heart. I love R&B. I grew up in the 90s.
Me too. So. You know, I can relate.
Yeah, so tell me why R&B for you?
That's just what it's always been. You know, I love all types of music. You know, I actually listen to a lot of rap music. Not like regular rap, just lyrical content rap. I listen to any genre, but R&B is just, I grew up on that, you know what I mean? Like the 90s R&B, even like, you know, Stevie Wonder, which I used to listen to interventions like every day in high school. You know, that's what the 70s, you know, going back. So I've always been a lover, you know what I mean?
Right.
I've been just kind of dedicated to, you know, emotions and feelings and, and singing and sounding good. So R&B is that lane.
So is there any particular person that was really your inspiration to sing R&B, like any artist past?
Yeah, it's funny because the group that made me like really want to sing, and I don't mean, because I write and I do a lot of stuff with music, but just the basis, you know, just singing, just sounding good, making a lady scream or whatever, you know what I mean? The group that did that was Drew Hill for me, you know what I mean? It's because my brother, he had borrowed the Enter the Drew CD from some girl in high school, and my brother was like the man in high school.
Oh wow.
Man, like,
okay.
But everybody. But anyway, shout out
to your brother, who was the man. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was like the local guy. But anyway, he would come home and listen to the CD, like, and whenever he would leave the house, I would go take the CD and listen to it, and I would like listen to kind of like the singles first, and then I just started listening to the whole album of Drew Hill, and I would sing them every day after school. I'd get home and sing every song and try to match the voices.
So what was one of your favorite songs at that point in time from Drew Hill?
The whole album, but
okay.
Let me see. I gotta think of the track numbers. Like track 16. What Do I Do with the Love?
Okay.
Angel. How Deep Is Your Love for Me? I think it's called Apologize. I forgot what the song is called, but just the whole album I listened to.
So you've worked with some artists such as Wale, Rick Ross, and Lloyd. So as far as working with them, who actually right now is on your radar? Like, who do you want to work with next?
Well, you know, when it comes to Wale, I want to work with him like for real, you know, because a lot of times when you write for people, you don't really meet them or necessarily talk to them. It's more like a business thing, you know, they're looking for a sound, they go to a producer, they come to me, I write, so the producer sends back, you know what I mean? It's not really like intimate.
Right.
But I would love to get in the studio with Wale for real and do a track for us, you know what I mean? And then, let me see, I've been listening to a lot of jazz lately, like Esperanza Spalding.
Okay, I know exactly, yeah.
And Robert Glasper, I love to work with him. And I did a short little thing with Dwayne. I did like 4 shows with him this year. I would love to do a record with him.
All right, well, we'll definitely look out for that. I think that'd be hot, especially, you know, Wale. And your album is entitled Sophisticated. So with Sophisticated, one of the top songs on the album is Sophisticated Lady, right? So are you looking for a sophisticated lady?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's why I wrote it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I don't know, like I talked to my mom about it, because we like, my mom's real, she likes to have conversations, and we like to dig deep into things, but, you know, my mom's side of the family, my dad's side too, but mainly my mom's, it's really prideful and like you know, there's like an educated black sector of America, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like my grandparents, they both had doctor's degrees, you know what I mean? It's just there's a certain like pride you have in education and not being what we were originally brought here to be, you know what I mean? So just naturally growing up with that in my life and seeing the family members that all have really good jobs and stuff like that, you know, I want a woman that's capable of doing that too.
Absolutely. So, what's the characteristics of a sophisticated lady?
Of course, you know, beautiful inside and out. And that's, I mean, you could just really end it right there, because I don't care who you are. You can try to put as many labels on it as you want, but if you're beautiful on the inside and out, everything else follows. That's how it is. Absolutely.
Okay, so my favorite track. You want to guess what my favorite track is on your album?
Let me see. Like, is it Ride?
No.
Okay. Is it a single at all? A video for it?
There's a video for it, yes.
Okay. Just a Man?
Absolutely. That is 100% like, so I listen to the CD nonstop. This is the only thing that's playing in my car at this point in time, okay? But what I will say is when I get to track 5, Just a Man, I play that probably about 10 times before I continue on to the next. Like, I don't know what it is about that song. I just feel like there's so much passion.
Yeah, that song was real. When I first recorded it, I remember being in the car, and like, you know, when I recorded it, there wasn't a lot of stuff going on, so only people that heard the song was like me and, you know, a few other people. And I'd be in my car like, man, this song is good, man. I think people will like this. I think people relate to it. But I mean, that came straight from the heart, because I was in a really bad relationship before.
Okay.
And it was just a point where I had to compete with people that didn't even know my love. You know what I mean? It was just flashy at the club.
Right.
Dudes, DJs, you know, was popping bottles. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm just working 9 to 5. And like, I'm giving everything I got, but she still ain't like giving me what I'm giving her. So like, that's
still not connecting.
So I was just like, that was my cry for like, is there somebody out there?
Right. So you're single and you're looking for a sophisticated lady, and I'm thinking that, you know, that will, you know, if you want it to be in the near future, I'm sure that, you know, will happen.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few now, but I am single.
All right. So, Just a Man, like I said, is my favorite. So can you sing a little bit of it for me?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All I got is $85 in this bank account. Baby, is that enough for you to stay? I can't even afford the finer things like all them diamond rings your friends keep. I know that I can't give you half of what the other dudes could, no.
Yeah.
But I know that you're here, so that must mean that I'm doing something good. Baby, I know that I can do better. I'm stacking my cheddar as fast as I can. I know that I can do better, working 9 to 5 and overtime when I can, yeah. I'm just a man, you're just a woman. This world ain't made for money to be the purpose, no. I'm just a man, you're just a woman. This world ain't made everyone to be perfect, girl. Nobody could say at the end of the day that they love you more than this man telling you. Nobody can say at the end of the day that they love you more than I can.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for doing that for me. I love it. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to do it tonight too. Oh, not tonight.
No, tomorrow night. Yeah, okay. So tell me, when you heard yourself on the radio, or when did you hear yourself on the radio for the first time? Where were you? What were you doing?
I actually got it on YouTube. I caught that, yeah.
Really?
It was Richmond on 106.5. And I I was in my car. So if you go on YouTube, I think maybe if you type in like John Michael Sophisticated Lady, it's and maybe radio into that search field, maybe it'll pop up. But it was amazing. I was thinking of, because like, you know, I remember back in my job, we listened to the radio every day. Like that was, you know, I worked at a car dealership, so I was like detailing cars, and you like you buffing cars, and listen to the radio. Yeah. And I was making music the whole time, so I'm like, you know what I mean? How can I get on radio? Like it seemed like an impossible task. You know what I mean? So to hear that, it was just
and then it happened for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because you are a star at the end of the day, and so, you know. As far as the music industry is concerned, like you just said, it's kind of hard to break into the music industry, and
especially from Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Right, because it's a small town.
Yeah, I mean, the industry is a tight-knit group of gatekeepers, and you know what I mean? And gatekeepers don't live in Fredericksburg.
Right. So, and it's back to Fredericksburg. It's a small town. So, what was it like growing up in Fredericksburg?
Well, you know, I moved to Fredericksburg when I was 13, so I was born in D.C., and all my family lived in D.C. mostly, and then like moved my way down south a little bit, which is Fredericksburg is an hour south of D.C. But it's a small town, but it's not like Mayberry type small. You know, we got all the normal stores and Red Lobsters and stuff like that. It's like a retail suburban area.
Okay.
So you know, it's a lot of talent. It's a lot of talent.
You know, I actually grew up in a small town myself, so I can relate.
Yeah.
I grew up in Castro Valley. Whenever you get a chance, I know it's East Bay. Whenever you get a chance, just Google it. You know what I mean? It's East Bay.
Is that like the magazine with the shoes in it?
The magazine with the shoes.
East Bay.
East Bay.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it could be. I guess it's that magazine. Exactly right. So, what has been your most significant moment to date?
Oh man, it's been like the radio. There's a lot of like when I first started like with my label, this guy from USA Today, Steve Jones, I think. He's like this legendary music critic, and he actually died this summer, so rest in peace to him.
Right.
But he picked "Sophisticated Lady" out as a standout track for like 2013, and it was in the midst of all these like Alicia Keys and you know Lupe and Outkast songs, and when I first saw that, I was like, man, this about to start happening. Like,
wow,
that was amazing. Cause I'm like, this song I recorded myself in my house.
So wait a minute, you recorded it in your house, so your studio is actually in your house?
Engineer.
I know, so your studio is in your house.
Yeah.
Still, right now?
Because I can't go like, when it comes to like going to studios, a lot of artists, I mean, unless you have a good mixer, you're putting your fate in the hands of the mixer.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the mix makes such a difference because it gets across the message to the listener. You know what I mean? When you got headphones on, you're in the car, and you want the vocals to come on the left side because for some reason they need to come on the left side, move to the right, or the reverb's got to be a certain way, or compression. The mixer does that, but since I mix, I do that, and whatever I want you to hear, I got to control that. So that's why my studio is mine in my house.
So as far as getting into like a creative zone, do you have any ritual, or is there anything that you do to like really just get there? I
definitely go with the flow of my creative juices or whatever. Like if I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna force it. Especially for my own stuff. You know, sometimes when it comes to writing for other people, you don't have a choice, which I learned that the hard way and the good way too. But when it comes to my music, I just get in there and I need like nobody in the studio because I'm like a regular person, but I have like a split personality in the studio. You know.
Wait a minute, a split personality in the studio. What does that mean?
I don't know. I can think about things or attack a song from like different mindsets. You know, it's just I don't know.
So
I've tried to record it. I'm not in there like chanting or nothing, but sometimes. But no, like seriously, like that's the one ritual in the studio. I put the beat on and I'll press record, and the beat will just play. Like Just a Man. That's that verse is just that was the first one that came.
So back to split personality because I'm kind of caught up there. Are you a Gemini by any chance?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay.
But I'm really a Scorpio. I'm introverted. Really laid back. You know, I'm jealous. And when something's mine, it's all mine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, The only time I'm really extroverted is like in the studio. Like I can just, when I'm alone in there, I spit anything out.
Okay.
And even if it's not a word, it could just be a sound, and I'll play it back. Like when you look at the clouds, and it's just a cloud, and you tell somebody, oh, I see a Lamborghini, but they don't see it.
Right.
For some reason, you made up in your head that it looks like that. So
yeah.
when I make sounds and noises in the studio, I play them back, and I can visualize words, and then I'll go back and I'll type lyrics to match that melody, and then
and there it is. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. So now, if you weren't doing music, okay, if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
Oh man, that's a question I ask myself all the time because music's been such a long journey. Oh man, you know, I got really good grades in school.
Yeah.
I think if I actually never pursued music to begin with when I was 16, I would have kept playing football and kept my scholarships, and I would have graduated from some school and playing football and probably be in a cubicle somewhere.
In a cubicle. So, I've had that experience. I think it's a little bit overrated. I mean, you know, I call it kind of Cubanization because I get stuck in a cubicle and I'm like, I can't do it. So I'm kind of a free spirit. I need to be out, you know, exactly how you are. You know what I mean? So what are you currently working on? I know you have a mixtape.
Yeah, I just dropped a mixtape. I did a couple of them. I did one earlier actually like late last year, and then I just dropped one right for the album. It's called Round 2.
Okay.
And actually coming up, you can get it now, but I'm about to start pumping it, is the Christmas EP.
Christmas EP.
Yeah, so I mean, I think you'll like it. And it's original. I wrote the R&B songs. They're really Christmas songs.
Wow, I can't wait. So you said, wait, when is that going to be?
It's available now.
It's available now?
Yeah, it's called John Michael's Christmas.
And we can find that?
iTunes.
iTunes.
Yeah. Check out On the Sofa on YouTube.
Okay.
It's called On the Sofa.
On the Sofa.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But it's not what everybody thinks I'm talking about. On the sofa, like Christmas, like on the sofa. It ain't. It's about when you're busy and flying or at work, always on the go, maybe a lawyer, entertainer, whatever. And for Christmas, all you want is to just relax with your woman.
Right.
Because most of the time you can't.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's
For the
about.
record.
Okay, so I'm about to go YouTube it right after this interview because. So tell me this: where can your fans find you?
Everywhere. JohnMichaelMusic.com, Twitter for John Michael. So it's number 4 and then John Michael. Facebook is official John Michael. Instagram official John Michael. I just got on Snapchat too.
I saw that.
I forgot what my name is. I like literally just.
It's so new. It was yesterday, wasn't it, that you did that?
That's what is it? I think it's like official JM3.
Okay.
The number 3, and that's where you can find me.
Okay. And where can we find the album? So
the album, actually in town here, Rasputin's has it. I'm going to be visiting them maybe today or tomorrow. And iTunes, Amazon. I just looked online today. Amazon is still top 5 contemporary R&B for new releases, so that's pretty dope.
That's the bomb.com.
Yeah, doing it the independent style, you know what I mean?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, what do you want your legacy to be?
Good music, you know. I was talking to this guy from Europe and just about what music is meant for. You know, a lot of times people get confused. A lot of people that make music think music is about them. At the end of the day, I mean, of course you want to build your brand, be famous or whatever, but music really is, it doesn't have a face, it doesn't have a name. It's just, it's your soundtrack, you know what I mean? Because your life is a movie and you're the starring person in that movie.
Absolutely.
And the music, it's like when you're cooking, when you're at work, when you're going to bed, when you're going to bed for another reason. You know, you need a soundtrack. You know what I mean? Music fills the air. My legacy is just to fill the air for anybody and everybody that takes the moment to listen to.
So when you're going to bed for the other reason, do you play your CD?
I'm too much of a critical thinker to do that because I'll be like thinking about it, you know what I mean? Like, man, I should have done this. I should have changed. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is John Michael, and when you're in the Bay, you need to holler at Cheneé. CheneéSaunders.com.